What's going on, guys? Shane here. She's back. Erin Herle is back, and today we're going to go more in depth on the X guard. What are we learning today, Coach?
Today we're going to go over a few sweeps. So X guard's great. You're underneath them. They feel really insecure about their base, and that's what we're going to take advantage of today. So we're going to use X guard to get on top.
Cool. Let's take a look at the first one.
So the X guard is a position that you can arrive at from a lot of different ways. From spider guard, from single leg X, from butterfly, a lot of different ways. So we're going to talk about when I'm already here. So if you see, I have one hook behind his knee and I have one hook in front. I'd never want to have lazy legs. We went over this in the basic sampler video of all those guards, but I really want to drill this home, and I want to make sure you know that this needs to be flexed and these need to have tension. Okay, I'm opening up. Okay, I'm not. He's saying loose because if I am, he could easily just step out. Right? That's what I don't want. I need to stay attached and glued. Right? So also here, this arm is going over. I can grab my own gi if I really want to feel secure. But as long as my elbow ditch is behind his ankle, he's not going anywhere. Plus, my shoulder blade is sitting on his foot. So if he just lifts up this leg, I'm going with. If he lifts up this leg, I'm going with. You just want to be sticky, okay? So the first sweep is kind of like a scissor sweep. It's the easiest. Now, you can bait him, okay? If I pull down, what is he going to do? He's going to posture, okay? So as he postures, I'm going to switch my feet. This one's going to stay. This one's going to go down to the ankle. I don't let off, okay? I'm never pointing my toe. I'm always pointing my heel. I'm going to slide it down. That's it. I want to feel my foot all the way onto the mat, and my knee's going to drop open. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to open my legs, but stay glued right here. Now I'm taking my left foot, bringing it to my left arm, taking out my foot, and I'm coming up, okay? So now you can see why the baiting works really well, because if I pull him down and he stands up, oh, perfect timing. That's how he's gonna fall, right? So now make sure you keep this attached, grab, take the foot out, and come up with a knee in the middle, because we don't want to be in close guard, right? I don't want to come up and go, okay, now I have two things and burdens that I need to take care of, right? We want to be in a passing position as soon as we come up. So one time all the way through the X guard position. If I have the grip, great. If not, you can still go for it. It's just a lot easier to time it this way. I pull, postures, I slide, boom. Catch it, and come up. The only reason I'm going to stay in this position and have my arm still here is because when people are swept, if they're smart, they're going to understand, okay, I don't want to be here. And they're going to try to get their feet under them, okay? So now, if you were to try to get up from here, you can't. No. There's a lot of times that you're going to try to get up, and maybe I just stand up and I have this. Now get up. Very difficult. Yeah. Right? So that's why we do that. So a very common way that people are going to try to exit and avoid the X guard situation is they want to kill the hooks, okay? So this hook is not as important normally, because if he's walking backwards, right, he's gonna, and this wasn't here, walk backwards, there's nothing keeping him there, right? So if he wants to go backwards, the real thing stopping him is this foot behind his knee. So if he can push this down and take a big step backwards, boom, and if he drops his knee down, right into knee on belly, right? Kind of a backwards way, but it's a good way to close in, because if I'm hipping out, he can follow. So it's a good way to pass the guard and get out of this annoying situation that he's in. So knowing that, I want to follow. Like I said, stay glued. So if he goes to push this down and take a big step, I'm going to go with him. He's going to fall that way. Same thing. I'm going to bring this to me, come up, upright with my knee in the middle. And a lot of times this is going to come as, like, I might actually roll all the way backwards depending on how far or how committed they are to doing that back step. But for the most part, however they fall is fine, as long as he goes to his butt. So as he goes, follow, take the foot out, come up. The third sweep is usually going to come from something like spider guard, where I already had the sleeves when I entered. It's not that difficult to grab a sleeve once we've already gotten into the position. It's just that sometimes they notice you want the sleeve and they'll pull the arm away. So usually if you have the sleeve, you're able to catch it, or if you already had it from, say, spider guard transitioning into this guard, it's even better. So now with this, I have the same position. I'm just going to pass the arm to this hand, okay? So the grip, I really want to make sure that I note it has to stay both grips at one time, because this is the key component. If I just go to pass it over, that's the time that he's going to break the grip, right? So here, I know he knows I want this grip. He does not want to get tied up here. He knows what's coming. Something bad. Maybe he doesn't know exactly, but something bad. His base is definitely going to be compromised. So I'm going to have this moment where I have both. So 2 on 1, okay? So now when I feel strong enough grip, I'm going to hold in my right hand and I'm going to take my left hand into the near collar. Now the collar, I'm going to do a pretty deep grip, but it doesn't necessarily need to be too deep. I just want to grip it tight with my hands in, thumb out, and I want to pull my elbow to my hip. Here, now I've completely broken his posture, okay? Now I'm going to use my legs to lift him over and go to the side as I pull his head down. Boom. And I'm going to let go of the collar so that I can post so my base isn't compromised. Now look, I have the sleeve and I have the leg, and I can let go of both, and I'm in knee on belly. So with this position, it's definitely a really secure position once you get to here. There's a lot of examples that I can show you. There's a grip here that eventually can turn into an armbar, which we'll show in the next video. But from here, his base is already compromised. And I know that he wants to post with his hand, that even if he does, he's rolling on this shoulder, and that's not going to stop him. So I'm just kicking over and coming up, like so. So the one time all the way through. I got the sleeve, slide in, pass it over. When I feel comfortable, grab the collar, and we're up. So as you can see, getting under with X guard is a really great way to compromise someone's base, and he can attest to that. I showed you 3 sweeps, and now for our next video, we're gonna go over 3 submissions from there that actually are the same exact grips, same exact position. So make sure that you've watched this one to understand the sweeps and how the mechanism of X guard works. Then we can go into how to finalize your opponent.
I love it, finalize them. Thank you, Coach. Look forward to that one. But again, like she said, practice this one. Rep this one out with a partner. Get comfortable with that, and then stay tuned for the next video where we talk about submissions. But until then, be sure to give Erin a follow. Links in the description below for her Instagram. She's got really good content on there. You guys support her journey. She'll appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. But until then, subscribe to get the fight tips before your opponent does. I'm Shane.
Erin.
Fight tips for the underdogs.